Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 4 of the Sea of Stars walkthrough. We just learned that a Earth Mage named Malkomud is wreaking havoc in the stonemason's outpost, so let's head on inside and we'll take care of him right away. All we have to do is run all the way to the north part of town, all the way up the stairs until we get to the top, and there's going to be a big entrance into the mine, and that's where we want to go. Once you're inside, then hop down the big hole in front of you. Are you the Elder? I am. And you are? Solstice Warriors, we're here to confront Malkomud. My, how wonderful! What can you tell us about the situation? Not much, I'm afraid. I was simply trying to get away from the noise of all this panic when everyone started cheering as if I was going in to fix the problem. So now I'm stuck here, equally afraid to venture forth as I am to return to my people without a solution. Don't sweat it, Elder. We got you. I certainly hope so. Be careful in there. Malkomud is one mighty wizard. Okay, let's head through the wind tunnels mine. If we go over toward the right side, you can see the miner's break room just up this cliff. If you head inside, there's going to be a merchant at the top that we can talk to, and we'll see what he's selling us. Not really anything interesting in terms of weapons and armor, but we do get a couple new relics on the bottom here, the Guardian Aura and the Adamant Shard. Go ahead and pick those up if you want. Okay, now let's head on out. There's a campfire in that last room, and there's a save point right outside here, so pretty convenient for us. We'll just do a quick save, and then we will go up the very tall ladder on the side. After the battle, if you head up these stairs, the little cliffs on the left side, you can open up this picnic basket and you get a couple eggs here. Now head down and there's a switch at the top part of the room. Go ahead and flip that. That'll move a platform for you, which will allow you to proceed on. After running a good ways toward the right, go up these steps and you can find a couple mushrooms on the left side that you can pick up. Now head over toward the right side, staying on the top, and there is a treasure chest hiding back here. This is a green leaf. It's a new accessory that we can put on that raises our max HP by 15. When you run behind the big green crystal, there's a little picnic basket in the corner for some dairy, and if you go into the door here, you'll see that there is a treasure chest up top of that middle platform. We can't get that yet, we've still got to do some other stuff first, so I will come back to that at the end of this whole dungeon area, and we'll get it at the very end. But if you go around this pathway and all the way down, you can grab a treasure chest down here that has a teal amber ore. And now we'll just go back the way we came, and we'll run past this door that will open later and out the door on the right. Once all the enemies are defeated, the wind will start to blow through here. So let's go over, hop into this area, and it will blow us around outside of this tunnel. And that takes us back to the main entry area. Oh, you brought power back. I suppose I will be going then. The mines continue below. Please stop, Malkomud. When the elevator goes up, it creates a passage for us to go down if we hop down. And then if you run to the right side of this area, there's really nothing we have to do here yet, but you can see marks on the ground. Those will come in handy a little bit later. But if you go to the left side, there's a fight in a very well hidden treasure chest. After the fight, go up, and if you look in the top corner here, there's a treasure chest very well hidden. It is a rainbow conch that you can grab from that. Now let's go up the nearby ladder and then down and across the tightrope. After you make it all the way over toward the right side, there is a campfire and a save point there that you can use, and then we have to hop down the cliff to our right. But it looks like we're kind of blocked by these big green crystals that we've been seeing all over. So if we go up the climbing wall behind it and into the little cave, we'll get something to help us deal with them. Got Mistral Bracelet. Press square to release bursts of wind that can push blocks. Okay, so we don't destroy the blocks, we get to move them around. If you hit square while standing next to it, it'll push it, and then you can push it from the other side too. What was that noise? Something's coming! And we're interrupted by a boss fight. This guy's name is Salamander. He's not a very difficult fight. Just make sure you're focusing on taking out his locks so that you can disable his stronger attacks. And I will just let this battle play out. It doesn't take too terribly long. And I will show you what he looks like when he's in critical health, because his appearance will change the same way that the Elder Mist's appearance changed when we fought that boss. Okay, if you have a look at him now, you'll see that he's moving kind of slowly and his tongue is hanging out of his mouth. That is how you know that he's in critical health, so you just have to do a couple more stronger attacks and the fight will be over. I doubt it's the last we'll see of that one. Let's be on our guard. Now let's jump across the gap to our left, and there's a couple of these sliding puzzles that we need to take care of. If you push this block toward the left and then up, you'll be able to climb the ladder and then jump across to grab the treasure chest over here. This contains the mines key that opens up the door that I pointed out earlier on that will allow us access to get the treasure chest up on the cliff. But now we're just going to head out and use our new powers to push the blocks around. we can proceed over toward the bottom part here. There's just a fight and a couple things to grab, and one treasure chest you can see up at the top there. This treasure chest contains a teal amber ore. Defeating these enemies opens another wind tunnel that we can hop into and go back toward that center area yet again. The door at the top opens up and it reveals a green propeller. All we have to do is go over toward the left side where that very sneaky rainbow conch chest was hiding out, and then climb up the ladder and then go over toward the right past the elevator shaft, and we can get to the propeller. Use the same square button to knock this pillar down, and then we can head over and start moving it around. Okay, after that fight, we're going to head over toward the right side. If you stay on the bottom, there's a little picnic basket you can open up that contains some mushroom soup. And now we're going to go up and all the way toward the right side. That will take us into another room with one of those treasure chest looking enemies that will allow us to open up yet another wind tunnel. Okay, let's follow the wind into that tunnel and we'll be transported back toward the center area once again. Now this big door on the left opens up, so we can head up that ladder and interact with it. If you press square, you'll blow the wind on it, and what that does is it lowers a very large ladder on the other side of the elevator shaft. I'm just going to go back across this tightrope real quick because there is one of those green pillars that we can drop down from before that just allows us to have a little bit of a shortcut later on if we want it. Now we're going to go back across that tightrope and then to the other side of the elevator shaft where we can climb that very large ladder. Now here we're going to start moving the blocks around the path. This one's pretty easy to do, but they start to get very tricky at this point. So what you need to do is use these blocks to help each other out. And if you just follow this example by moving this one over toward the top here, you can then get this one to move and stop at the bottom of the block above it, and that will lower this passageway. From here, we have to move the block that we didn't use over, and that will allow us to solve the puzzle on this side. This one's a bit trickier because it's just the one big block and we have to get it up to the top right corner, but not all the way into the corner. Start by pushing it toward the right, and then down, and then toward the left. I'm just going to pause it right here to show you the correct solution so that you don't have to muddle around with it as much as I did. From here, what you want to do is to push it down until it hits the bottom part of the area, then push it toward the left, then go up, and it will stop at this little block here, and then over toward the right side where it will get stopped on the right wall, and then push it straight up, and that will take you where it needs to go. Now that I've explained it, let's see it in action. Once it's in the right spot, the crystal will drop, a new platform will raise, and we can climb up that so we can get to the propeller. Go ahead and blow some air on that, and that will open up the door below you.
You broke into my fort!
Are you Malkomud?
Why did you hurt my pet? It's not fair. Rockie can't know that you're just playing if I'm not there with her.
What is going on?
Playing? You're terrorizing the town. It's just a play, but no one else is strong enough. No one ever understands.
Did no one teach you about your powers? Magic is not a toy, Malkomud.
So you have come to berate me too? I got nothing to tell you. You hurt Rockie. Get out of my fort.
Now we get another boss fight, which is Malkomud and Rockie the Salamander versus our team. Malkomud has an array of his own attacks to watch out for. His special Shovel Might move can be blocked, but the rhythm can be hard to nail down since he tends to wait a bit before he does the third and final hit. Also, props to you if you get the reference to the name Shovel Might and the appearance of that attack. Rockie's Salamander special move has him gobbling up one character to spit them at another. After 2 chews, he'll spit them out, so be sure to block quickly after that. But even if you do get the timing correct, both characters will still take a good chunk of damage. Rockie's standard attack is a slam. She'll just raise herself up and about a second later fall down on the ground, so that one's pretty easy to block. Malkomud will conjure up a spiky green projectile to toss at one character. You can usually tell who's being targeted because they'll do a little hop out of the way, then just watch the projectile come close and block as soon as it gets close to you. That one's pretty easy to block. After taking a certain amount of damage, Malkomud will jump onto Rockie's back and they'll attack as one for the rest of the fight. Their special attack is called Geo Breath, which has Rockie shooting a bunch of gems at one character out of its mouth. It's very hard to dodge this one just because there are multiple attacks coming at you, so good luck with that. You're probably not going to block all of them, but if you have 2 pips above your combo meter, you'll be able to use the combo attack Mending Light to refill your HP. It's a really valuable skill to have in this fight. Its normal attack has Malkomud hitting your whole party with his shovel. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but be sure to block right as Rockie turns around to its side. And that's about all there is to say about this fight. Just make sure that you're managing the orbs on the ground properly. You want to save a couple just in case you need to disable one of the very strong special attacks that might have an intricate pattern, and you can also save them to add a little bit of extra damage or extra healing if necessary. So orb management, very important in this fight. Don't just suck them all up every time. Leave a couple on the ground in case you need one. Now it looks like it's in critical health because it's moving slowly again, the tongue is hanging out of its mouth, so we're going to just use a couple more strong attacks and this fight will be over.
You are very strong. Did people berate you too when you were kids? Is this why you left your village?
Listen, Malkomud, you just happened to be born with special powers, and it's a shame no one was able to guide you through that.
Guide me?
Everyone just makes fun because I'm not the same. They say Malkomud can't dig. Well, have you given it a try? It is too boring. I cannot do it like everyone else. Everyone likes it, but not me. Everything was made only for others. And when I try, they say Malkomud is not good, so I give up and then they say Malkomud is lazy. I really try, but I don't understand. So I make a fort and show them. It's okay, Malkomud. You don't have to do like everyone else. Garl is right. Normal doesn't have to be your thing. You do you. You're pretty good with earth magic, aren't you? Yes, I love doing magic with earth and rocks. But everyone says I must not do it. They just don't understand yet. I'm sure you could really help them if you wanted. Don't you want to try and do good instead? They will only make fun because I am bad with digging. Nah, they just need to see what you can really do. I don't want to show. It's okay, buddy. Take the time you need. I can stay in the fort? Well, it's yours, isn't it? Right, guys? Totally. Yeah, plus your fort is pretty cool. I like you. Well then, can you do us a favor and agree to stop creating monsters? Rockie is not a monster. Of course not. Look at her. You understand. Okay, maybe I will do good if something big need my magic. For now, I will stay here with Rockie. Thank you. I like you. Take care, Malkomud. Not bad, Garl. Ha! Sometimes you just need a little positivity. Look at us, restoring peace to a small town. Still no closer to finding a ship, though. Wraith Island. Let's check on the villagers. Surely we can use the lift now. Time is ticking. Is everything on track with the preparations? We will be ready for the eclipse. Ready and excited too. I fear the sidekick's hesitation might fester. We should get a final confirmation. I will go myself. 3. Make sure everything goes smoothly in my absence.
The Solstice warriors have returned. Has the threat been contained?
Malkomud agreed to stop clogging the wind tunnels.
We are safe! Hooray!
You should have mentioned your role in this.
Aye. Apologies, brave monk. We struggle indeed to give proper bearings to one of his talent. Well, you all better be more respectful in the future.
We might not be here to save you if this happens again.
Understood. You have our word and our thanks. Is there anything we can do to repay you?
We're looking for a crew of adventurers who might help us sail to another island.
Oh, in that case, you will want to visit the port town of Brisk. Feel free to use the big lift to the south. You're the ones who fixed it after all.
A port town, surely we can find a ship there. It's got all sorts of people. You're bound to find what you're looking for.
Oh, I can't wait! There might even be a tavern!
Let's try that lift. I mentioned earlier that when we're done with that dungeon, we're going to go back in and get that treasure chest that we had missed before. So let's go back down the lift. This time it's a little bit easier. Just interact with the green down arrow on the right. That will take you down. Now go over toward the right side and climb up the big ladder. You can dodge all the fights in here, just hug the right side and that will take you over to the little ledge that you can shimmy across. And let's go all the way to the right. We can stick on the bottom path this time, there's no reason to go up, and there's some more mushrooms down here on the bottom path. We'll keep going all the way toward the right side, shimmying once again across this narrow ledge. Now go all the way toward the right side, and you can see the room that we're going to pass. Go up and interact with this place to use the mine's key. Once you're here, you can climb up the rock wall on the left side, and there's another little puzzle. This one's pretty easy though. Just push this one over toward the right, then up, then left. Then you're going to the other one to push it down, and then go over toward the left, down, and finally that one over toward the right. That will lock it in place. That raises a pillar up to the right, and then you can move it over, and that will end this little puzzle. From here we can just jump straight down into the hole that will take us into this room, then just move it along the path. It's pretty easy to figure out where this one goes. Once it's in place, climb up the right side tower and then hop across, and you can grab a treasure chest over here for a trader's signet. That's a really important item that we can use in a little while when we get to Brisk. Now we just have to backtrack out of the cave. The first thing you want to do is head down the stairs and then over toward the right, go into the open doorway, and then back to the back passageway where this artist is. You can now push that crystal out of the way and grab the rainbow conch from the chest. Now let's head out of this house. Let's go door to door and see what secrets we can unravel. If we go into the room to the left, there's just a guy here. He doesn't really tell us anything very interesting, so we don't need to go here. And if you hop down one floor below, there's also another room here with nothing in it for us, so that one can be skipped. But over toward the right side, if you go in there, you can talk to the merchant and you can sell off any of your old stuff that you don't need anymore. So we did get a lot of materials, so we'll sell off those things, just get a little bit of extra gold, and then we can head on out. From here, we're going to go over toward the right side and then hop down. We can go into this cave, and we can see one of those green propellers over there. So hop down and then go over. This man is just asleep here. He tells us that we have to activate the mill. But if you hop up here and then hit the square button to spin that propeller, it will cause a bunch of water to come flowing out of here. And that is going to allow the girl who wanted to take a bath to take a bath. If we go outside and talk to her, she will give us a rainbow conch as a reward. So definitely do that one. If we head over here, we'll talk to her and we will be rewarded with our rainbow conch. Now let's go over toward the left. We're going to the geothermal room. And once you're inside, just talk to the guy behind the counter. He'll let you back in there for free. We did pick up a new artifact that we can give to Teak, so let's do that. Oh, you found a new artifact. Let's see here. New story unlocked, The Great Summoning. Hey, want to hear a story? Yes. The Great Summoning. What few people know today is that Kunusnaku had already been banished by the time the Great Summoning happened. The channeling had begun months prior, back when the lizard folk still had the upper hand. It was toward the end of the decades-long battle, after it became clear that the Malkomud mages would be victors. On this night of nights, the air carried early cries of victory across the archipelago. Suddenly, the very sky tore open, and a giant serpent emerged to wreak havoc. To this day, historians argue about the origins of the sky serpent. Some say it is a monster of pure evil, stolen from another plane of existence and forced to remain here. Others believe it came from above the clouds, a once friendly creature that had its mind corrupted by dark magic. But regardless of its origins, the sky serpent was set to change the world forever. Back in the time of the Ovates, the ritual of the elements could have been performed to control the sky serpent's mind. But alas, the Ovates were long gone. Earth magic being their only strength at hand, the Malkomud elementalists devised a plan to contain the threat. By carving intricate wind tunnels straight into Ixol's mountain, they turned it into a giant musical instrument. Blowing through the mountain, the wind started playing a melody so pure it forced the sky serpent into slumber. The magic was strong, and it was believed that the world would remain safe for generations. Or rather, for as long as the mountain played the melody true. For the greater good, the Malkomud gave up on their study of magic and established an outpost atop the mountain. Over generations, they became expert miners, living by a pledge to keep the wind tunnels operational. The brave Malkomud have toiled around the clock ever since, protecting the world one pickaxe strike at a time. Despite centuries of stability, stories say that the magic enchantment on the wind tunnels will eventually fade away. One can only hope that the Ovates will return before then. The end. Let's do a quick rest here. While we're here with a save point available to us, we'll just save the game real quick, and then we have to head out of town. So we'll go down, and then if you go all the way to the bottom to the big green platform, you can flip the switch and that will take you down and out of town. And if there's a tavern, there will be a chef, so maybe I can learn a special recipe or something. Whoa! Garl, check it out! No way! You've been wanting to see the sleeper since you were a kid. How does it feel? Like all my summer days are happening at the same time. Ha ha ha. Adventure life is the best life. We're almost there. Get ready for a swim. Alright, that's going to do it for part 4. In the next episode, we will keep going into the Coral Cascades. So I just want to remind you that if you haven't subscribed yet, if you're one of the 70% of the people who aren't subscribed to these videos, make sure you do that. It is free and it helps support the channel, which is very much appreciated by me. And that means that you will also stay up to date with everything else that's going on. So make sure you do that. Comment down below if you do that so I can thank you, and then hit that like button as well if you enjoyed this video. So I'll see you very soon in the next one. Until then, have a good day.